Ladies
and gentlemen, this is Wally Butterworth bringing you another program of the Christian Voters and Buyers League. The subject of today's broadcast, kosher foods and the daily tax you pay to Jews as penalty for being Christian, or rather the daily tax tribute you pay to your masters in this world, the rabbis of Israel. We want to tell you about the dirtiest blackmail ever imposed on the Christian race by those eternal tormentors of humanity known as Jews. Did you do any shopping today? If you spent any of the family's hard-earned money for groceries, meat, or drink, then you paid exactly what you should have paid, your tithe or assessment to the Jewish synagogues whose slave you are, according to every Jew. Are you familiar with the Jewish kosher markings printed on the bottles and cartons of most of the food you buy? The two most important marks are the letter K for kosher and the letter U with a circle around it. The letter U stands for the Union of Orthodox Jewish Congregations and Rabbis. Since you are paying through the nose for this theft out of your weekly income, it is high time you understood how the money is lifted from your pocket. But we ask you, why should an American citizen have to pay tribute to this worldwide Jewish mafia? It all centers around the word kosher, or the Jewish method of preparing food, and it is in the inspection of this kosher food by rabbis that we find the blackjack weapon used to fleece us out of hundreds of millions every year. Renegade Christian producers are coerced to pay this blackmail to get their goods sold in Jewish chain stores. The cost per unit of getting kosher approval is all passed on to you, the consumer. Completely phony and foreign waste matter is often added to the genuine article to gain this kosher approval as laid down in some centuries-old custom of a pre-refrigerated era. Long ago useless, it is the excuse today for collecting tribute from Gentile goyim, or slave cattle, for that is what every Jew calls you who worship Christ, a goy, meaning slave cattle. Every Jew is taught from infancy that, in the Talmud that it is the tribute from a goy and is a sacred right of every Jew, since all Gentiles, like cattle, belong to Jews. Now, we are not here for the purpose of making slanderous remarks. We read the exact words from this Talmud, the dirtiest book of filth ever written by the hand of man. Why shouldn't the American people know the truth? The Christian Voters and Buyers League now exposes this whole theft and extortion. We're going to show these Jews that the white Christian is the master in America and not they. Our Christian buyers' protest and refusal to buy these Jewish products will drive these leeches out of business in every phase of our economy. We will also refuse to purchase any Christian-made product whose owners pay this blackmail as a penalty for being a follower of Jesus Christ. Let us first tell you the story about Jewish kosher meats. We would offer no protest if these kosher meats were restricted in sale to Jews only, 5% of the population. But they are cunningly sold to Christians so that 95% of the people are paying tribute to these 5% bloodsuckers. The difference between kosher meat and Christian is the manner of killing the animal. Humane Christian slaughterhouses long ago found out that the quickest way to relieve pain in killing is to stun the animal unconscious with a blank cartridge and a plunger, causing a concussion pressure on the brain. The unconscious animal is then killed and butchered. That is the approved U.S. government regulations for slaughtering. But the Jew doesn't obey U.S. government law in this or in anything else. He has a special law unto himself. We're taking back our country from Jewish communists. Goodbye, all.
Live from Hot Springs National Park, it's the record you need to know about with your hosts, John Miller and Aaron Buckley. Broadcasting from Studio A in the KUHS Tower, two guys that have no idea what they're doing. Ladies and gentlemen, here they are, Todd Miller and
Aaron. What's up, everybody? KUHS. We're live. Doing it live. I don't even need to turn that one up, but I guess I will. Ooh, that's hot. Doing like that. KUHS 102.5 FM, the record you need to know about. Good evening. What's happening, everybody? We're here. The gang's all here. We got Todd back in studio. He was out of town last Monday.
Jet setter.
Welcome back. Welcome back, Todd. Your mic working? It is. Good.
Ship.
The
Halfway.
configuration's changing every week over here, so I gotta get that mic check in early. All right. Anyway.
I think it's...
Oh, do you have it? Are you in the funky one? Are you in the funky bunch over there? The one with the non-stereo? Check.
Okay.
All right, we'll get it worked out.
Yeah, we'll
just
work
start knocking on things. It'll just kick on. Kick the wall. See if that works. There we go. All right. Anyway, so we're back. The gang's all back. Here we are. Welcome aboard. It is May 15th, I think. Right? Yeah. It's tax day.
It is.
It's April 15th.
Or yeah, whatever
tax
month.
day.
Or
April.
March. April. May.
It's April. Did you get your taxes paid? Everybody get all squared away? Did your extensions filed or your?
No, I did mine. I always do mine right when I get my.
Right when you
forms.
get everything.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah, I always do it.
Nice.
Right away.
So
Get it out of the way.
we might as well make the announcement we didn't last week, obviously, because Todd wasn't here and he's the cameraman. But we are streaming live right now on Facebook. Facebook Live tonight.
Facebook Live.
Not doing YouTube Live tonight. We're doing Facebook Live. So just go to your Facebook page thing and .com/record 2 KNOW, and then you'll see us in all our radio regalia. This is what we do live. See it happen live.
See Todd drinking Kool-Aid.
Yeah, drinking Bai or whatever this stuff is.
It's good for you.
It's low sugar, antioxidant infusion. We kicked things off there with little Wally Butterworth. Felt that it was appropriate. I don't really know why. I just dug deep into the archives and dug up an a-hole from the 1960s who put out a record called Kosher Food Blackmail.
Is that Miss Butterworth's illegitimate child?
It might be. I think he'd kill himself if he knew you were related. But yeah, it's one of those a-holes that's it's out there. They're out there. They're ignorant, scared, and confused. But yeah, the name of the record is Kosher Food Blackmail, and it's War on the American Housewife.
Wow.
Yes. Circa 1960s.
Oh, goodness.
Wally Butterworth was a radio announcer who also did a few game shows, like a quiz show in regional television. Mm-hmm. And then he started getting into this sort of real right white nationalist type of vibe thing, and he got kicked off the air, got kicked off TV, he got kicked off the radio. He lost a lawsuit, and basically got booted off and just ended up in the fringe and disappeared. That's what happens when you hate the Jews. That's what happens when you hate African Americans. That's what happens when you live with hate in your heart.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen to you.
Yeah.
You're going to get kicked off the air.
And rightfully so.
Rightfully so. It felt appropriate with the whole Mueller report coming out on Thursday. I thought, you know what? It's time to pull up some Wally. It's time to pull up Wally Butterworth. It's been a while.
Butterworth.
I don't know why.
So that's the guy that trained Alex Jones, I'm sure, right?
Well, yeah.
His protege.
Put forth the word and
Yeah.
Go condemn Jews.
A little more lightweight though, as far as the other guy goes.
Yeah.
A little easier on the ears. He was a professional broadcaster.
It's pure evil!
Exactly. But yeah, so kicked it off there. We're back. Well, we're back. It's fun. Did you have a good time in New Orleans, Todd? I haven't really caught up with you.
Yeah, I kind of did.
Yeah. You were down there for a whole week.
Yeah. Worked a bit. Walked around a little bit.
Walked around a lot. You got some sushi.
Ate some great food.
Nice.
Yeah, some good sushi.
Sushi. Did you go to Café Du Monde? Did you get some of those puffy things with the
No, I didn't do those.
Really?
I didn't do those.
Oh, man, that's like a must.
Beignets, I didn't do those.
Okay.
No.
All right.
I was trying to eat as clean as possible.
Okay.
Not much Creole Cajun. I didn't do that either.
Really?
Yeah, it was Middle Eastern.
Oh, yeah. Well, you got to
Tried some of the places, on Magazine Street.
Yeah.
The Turkey and the Wolf. That's just incredible.
Magazine Street has changed a lot. It
Yeah,
is
big
the
time.
spot to be now. Man, there was a time when it was ragtag and rough.
Oh, yeah. It was a scary part of town.
Yeah.
Right over there.
I think the first day Jason and I moved to New Orleans 1,000 years ago, a woman with her 2 children was carjacked right on Magazine Street, literally a couple blocks away from our new apartment. We were like, wow, awesome. Welcome back. Welcome back. We had a good time vacationing here. We didn't know it was going to.
But now it's all posh shops
Yeah.
all the way down to Audubon Park.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Walk around at night,
Yeah.
not fear for your life.
Yeah.
Did you do any night walking, or did you basically hit the clubs?
Didn't really do many clubs at all.
No, none.
Just kind of walked down Bourbon, I think, for about 10 minutes, and that was it.
Done with bourbon.
Went to the side streets.
Yeah. Stayed on
I
Royale.
just can't do bourbon for too long.
No,
Stupid.
they call it Rookie Alley.
It is.
Yeah, it's Rookie Alley.
Well, the side streets is where it's at anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they had a.
That's where all
French,
the street musicians.
The
and
French
stuff.
Quarter Festival is going on.
Wow.
Started Thursday.
So Jackson Square must have been
It's
hopping.
like full of 60-year-olds.
Well, that makes it even better.
Bunch of looks like a bunch of parrot heads and whatnot.
That's great.
It was just, it's strange. You see the old dudes that are sitting there on Bourbon Street and their wife, he's sitting there in one of those little fold-up chairs. He's right up on the street. His wife's right behind him sitting up on the phone, like against the wall, and he's just waiting for some action.
Just waiting for boobies.
Waiting for some boobies.
Waiting for boobies. That's great.
It's like, God, what a sad life, bro.
Maybe he had a full life up until that moment. Now he's just like, boobies. I really care about nothing more. Bridge on Saturdays and boobies.
Bridge on Saturday.
Wow. All right. So you had a good time?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Was it a work thing or was it
Both.
a little bit both?
A little bit of
A
both.
little bit of vacation, a little bit of work thing.
Kind of worked out, yeah.
So we tallied up that's now 2
That's
for
2.
you.
That's 2.
We disqualified.
We have 6 more to go.
We disqualified. Well,
Or wait.
depends.
Is it 5 or 6?
I think I have 7. He has 6. Doc has
It's
8.
Okay.
So
I'm shooting for 10.
But we threw out when you were sick.
we did.
day.
We disqualified
because
the
that wasn't your fault. You would have been
post St. Patrick's Day. We disqualified that one as a.
Oh, yeah, that only
Yeah, we
makes
just-
sense. We
yeah.
were all...
We were all a little bit,
Yeah.
needed a post St. Patrick's Day off. Never do that again.
That was a little rough.
Never do that again, St. Pat's. Yeah. Keep that away from the. But yeah, so 2. We're up to 2 now. Two down.
2.
Come on, 5 more, Todd. You can do it.
Ah, yeah. I can do
It's
it.
it's the 4th month. There are how many left? 8.
Yeah.
5 more, man. You can do it.
I can do
You
it.
can do it. Hit that number. Hit that magic number. It's amazing.
do it.
I don't know what I win.
Yeah.
What do I win? Oh, $20.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what we all win actually is Doc doesn't pick a record for for the day. We all win. He's gonna roll up here with some bread on vinyl. You just know it. No, Doc. Well, I won the bet. Oh, you did. You know that's his win. He will double the total, and he gets to pick a record
Wow.
in 2020.
Well, in 2020.
Long ways off. We got that to look forward to in 2020. So we'll just see what happens. It's up to you, Todd. Keep Brett off the air.
Now that my wife's working there now, I'll probably hit that number.
You'll probably what number?
Sure.
Oh, at least 8 or 10.
Oh, okay.
I don't
8?
know. I don't know.
What about 7? What about 7?
Shoot for 7?
Okay, shoot for 7.
Shoot for 7. If it goes over, hey, what the hell?
Please shoot for 7.
Well, now that she's working where? Like in New Orleans a lot now?
New Orleans, yeah.
Wow.
Interesting. All right. Well, yeah. Wow, you're going to be down there a lot.
All right, cool. Screw you guys. I'm on vacation.
I might
down there
I
every
might,
week.
I might have to tag along with y'all one of these times. Just so
should.
you know.
You should. Then it'll be screw both of you guys, or screw you guys.
Screw me.
Both of us are on vacation.
I'll be fine. I'll get by.
You just have to have a guest host that night or something. Yeah. So.
You guys aren't guest hosts. You guys are part of the show.
No, I said you. If me and him were gone,
Oh,
you'd
yeah,
have to
yeah.
have
Guest
like a
host.
guest host or something.
Look at that weird guy that went into the bath down there on Central. We'll put it.
Just grab somebody from next door.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll get Senior Doman. 2 hours.
Yeah.
Wow. See how that goes. I feel like it's a hard egg to crack. Couple of show notes. Let's throw this out there really quick. Oh, first, before I get into that, so you were gone last week. Todd was gone last week. Jason, you were here, obviously. But the effects of what happened to me on last Sunday were not apparent on Monday night, the last time I saw you. So Tuesday, I wake up and I've got poison ivy on my forearms, right here and here and here. And it was kind of gnarly. It was like, boy, this is deep. I did a little bit of quick. There were some vines growing up the side of my house, but it's like that ground coverage stuff. It's not poisonous. So I just on Sunday afternoon, I just grabbed them and pulled them off. I was like, get off my house. I don't want you on my house.
Poison oak.
It wasn't. It was just a regular store-bought ground coverage
okay.
vines. They're
Okay,
decorative,
yeah.
not poisonous at all.
Yeah.
But there must have been some poison ivy hiding in there that I didn't see.
Probably.
And it was just a quick rip and pull it off and go, okay, cool, go inside.
That's all it takes.
Wash my hands, but didn't wash them thorough. And Tuesday, started getting these breakouts. See the nastiness? See the nastiness? Show it on the camera. See the nastiness? And I was like, okay, I got a little poison ivy on my arms. No problem. It'll go away. You're right. Put a little calamine lotion on there, whatever. It'll be fine. Wednesday, got a little puffy going under my eye.
You must have touched your hands.
Oh, I did, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously. Thursday, I wake up and it's even more puffy. I'm like, yeah, it'll be fine. I took a couple Benadryl. I went down to the Walgreens right there, the drugstore, and I got Benadryl pills. Someone said that'll do it. Okay, cool. I'm not a pill taker, so I don't know anything about this stuff. So I take a couple Benadryls that day, and like, oh, at least I'm not itchy. Things will be all right. Friday, I wake up and my eye looks like Rocky. I went to
You should have taken a picture of it, man.
There are lots of pictures, but no one's going to see them.
We could put it up here on the board.
No one's going to see them. I went to a clinic. Went to a clinic for the first time, except for that time I passed out in Venice a long time ago. But I went to a clinic, and
Give you a shot?
yeah, they gave me a steroid shot.
Or epinephrine?
And I was asking Elena, I was like, if I start working out, will I get all pumped? She was like, it's not quite that way. And I was like, oh, darn it, okay. But she said, you will feel something.
You'll be wired for about 48 hours.
Dude, I was higher than a kite all day Friday. It was awesome. It was great. I was like, whoa. So then they gave me a little steroid pack. So I'm on the steroid pack now. So to 6 pills on Saturday, 5 yesterday, 4 today.
Oh, you're doing the prednisone.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. But I'm on my way down. I'm weaning it off.
Yeah.
I did that with my sciatica. I had a steroid.
Sciatica. That's right.
Yeah.
It's still quite fun. It's not as fun today. It's 4.
Yeah, no, it's all downhill. From
Saturday was rad, man. Saturday was like, woo, let's get some tequila. But I have to thank Doc Holliday, though, because I was a little bit nervous. My eye was very closed up and kind of nasty. And so I called Doc when I was in the waiting room of the clinic down the street here. And I was like, Doc, I got to know, man, what's going to happen? And Doc gave me the rundown of everything that they were going to do, and they nailed it to a T. Doc Holliday. So thank you, Doc Holliday. I want to give you a round of applause. Thank you, sir. You eased my mind. You set me at ease, and I walked right in there, and they plunked me in the butt with that shot, gave me a little steroid pack like he said they would, sent me on my way. Yeah, it was wonderful. So yeah, thank you, Doc.
That's how they work.
He said no charge, just give you a shout out on the air. So, Doc, if you're listening, thank you.
Well, anymore, if you have a cold, a flu, whatever. Well, I wouldn't say full-blown flu, but they go, here's the shot.
Yeah, I don't need it for that.
Some of them don't even want to do the shot anymore.
Yeah, I don't need
give
it.
you the pills.
Yeah, I don't need it for that. But this is like my eye was closing up. It was time to get that party going.
Hi,
definitely.
this is Doc Holliday.
This is all he asked for.
Holiday.
This was his fee.
Frequent caller 2.
Play the holiday song and say thank you. I gotta do it. Yeah.
This is Doc Holliday. Hi. Call into the show and ask for me. Hi. This is Doc Holliday. Hi. Call into the show.
Oh, it stopped. Okay, well, thank you. All right. Anyway, yeah, thank you, Doc Holliday. So, yeah, back to the show notes. So, show notes, this is exciting. I wanted to wait till we got on the air to share these with you. We got stickers now. Isn't this cool? We got stickers.
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 Ah, look at some stickers.
I'll take a sticker.
Got another sticker?
I'll take another sticker.
A friend?
That's a record you need to know about.
We got stickers. Yeah. Wow.
Got stickers.
Look at those effects.
That was a cool looking.
Bam!
I can put it on my phone.
You can put it on your phone. You can put it on your dog. You can put it on, if you have a dog, you can put it right on there.
All right.
They're high quality vinyl stickers, so it'll come right off. Won't take that much hair with it. Imagine how cool your dog would look if it had a sticker right on his side. Supporting the station and the show. So I've got the station on there. Where to tune in, all that good stuff. It's high quality stickers.
It is. High quality.
High quality stickers.
High quality vector images.
Yeah, I think that's all I got that's it for my show notes, yeah.
It's going to be a long show.
No, it'll be whoa, it's gonna be a fun show. We got a lot going on. I think a little bit later in the 10 o'clock hour, we're gonna call the Sarge.
The Sarge.
Todd is aptly named Mark Sargent, the man, the subject of the film, beneath the curve, right? Yes, beyond the curve or beneath?
Around the curve.
Can't remember now.
I
think it's
know we
beneath.
can't say around.
It's
Beneath,
So it's beneath.
beneath the curve, yeah, which was the documentary about the flat Earth movement that's been happening across the globe. And we called him a few weeks ago and had a wonderful conversation. He has agreed to chat with us again tonight, and I hope that we can start a new segment, Flat Earth Update, with the Sarge. His name is Mark Sargent. You can look him up on YouTube at Flat Earth Clues. He's got loads and loads of videos up there and radio interviews and television interviews. Lots of stuff, lots of information. If you're interested in Flat Earth and the movement, if you think the world is flat, then this is your guy. He is your leader.
He is.
And you need to follow him into the plate void that is flatness.
Flat bubble.
Flat,
That's not a sphere.
not a sphere, exactly. So yeah. So we're going to call him a little bit later. He did agree via email to take the call. I think he's excited. He gave me a better phone number to use. Gave me his landline. So I got an inside scoop on the landline. That one will not be available to the public. Let him know, man. The landline is just for...
What does that say? It's 1-888-564-4279.
It's 555 Flat Earth. Okay. If you can spell that stuff out on your phone these days, you got it. So we're looking forward to that a little bit later. That's going to be a lot of fun. Did you guys see that crazy fire today with the Notre Dame thing? Isn't that nuts,
dude.
man?
Yeah, it is nuts.
That is crazy.
It's crazy.
I was watching it, and it made me very sad. I was there not long ago. I was there 6 years ago in that very place. That's the place.
Hey, at least you got to see it.
You got to see it. True. And it's so magnificent. It's beautiful. They got like these popes and stuff buried in the ground there, in the floor, and in the flooring, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
So when we first, I can't say the word on the air, but when my wife and I first, we had to wait in line. It wasn't a very long line, but we had to wait for 10, 15 minutes. When we got in, I guess maybe I'm not easily awestruck or breathtaking, but we walked in this, the Basilica area, the big giant thing. Basilica, yeah. When you first walk in, it's so ornate and crazy looking. I literally went, oh, S word. And my wife smacks me on the arm. She goes, honey, we're in.
I'm sure it's been said in there before.
It had to have been. Yeah, I'm not the first.
I'm sure the F word is.
I know.
said.
Yeah, like, holy fuck.
I bet a kid said it.
Yeah, I was like,
Their
holy
parents
shit.
didn't even know that they knew words like that.
Yeah. Yeah. It was just so, wow, that's nuts. Seen a lot of wild things, but that's crazy. So I guess that's all gone.
700 years of just erased.
Dry wood.
Yeah.
Very dry wood.
But I guess the popes are still down there safe, buried in the
Buried
floor.
in the concrete. Yeah, they have their, like, not death mask, but they have, like, this concrete thing over them that's, like, the likeness of them. Mm-hmm. It's spooky. You can walk on them. You can step on them.
Isn't that wild?
They're right there. You just step right over them.
Didn't they bury Michael Jackson there?
They may have. They may have. If they didn't, they should have. Lovely. Yeah, it's...
No, Jim Morrison is buried.
Jim Morrison's in there. But yeah, that's a tragedy. If you don't know what we're talking about, you should, because it's a beautiful place. And look up pictures and galleries and things. It's incredible
that's
historic
just
building.
All that's left.
Yeah, that's all you're going to see. It'll be a long time before they bring it back. Hopefully Walt Disney doesn't get involved. We'll ruin it. But yeah, that was quite a shocker.
Yeah, they still don't know what caused it yet.
Well, they're saying it was the renovations that were going on, some kind of little construction fire. So
That's what I picture. I picture some dude, he's, cleaning. They were talking about cleaning some of the statues and stuff, and he's sitting there with toluene and something flammable.
He's got a cigarette.
Fix the thing. I'm in the wrong place.
You're gonna be
wrong
friends.
accent.
I got to smoke a cigarette and fix the painting.
That's the Italian stonemason
Yeah, well,
league.
I was thinking
fixing
the other Catholic place. That's what I was thinking.
I'll touch up the painting with my cigarette. Oops, fire.
Yeah.
Oh, poo-poo, fire.
Either that or it was a chemical fire.
Yeah.
Somebody mixed something or whatever.
Yeah.
Or, it's going to be one of those stories where a dog ran through
Was
the
it like
place, knocked
Pierre?
over something into a candle.
Pierre, do not put the cigarette in there. It's turpentine. No.
Oui, it is.
Oh, no, it is turpentine.
Yeah, that's a terrible French. I got to work on that. Really, really bad.
Close enough.
Close enough. Yeah, that's a tragedy, a shame, and hopefully they'll get some of it back. But it's pretty bad.
It's bad.
It's goner.
Yeah.
Might be a goner.
They just don't build big things like that anymore.
No.
I mean, the outside is one thing. The shell is one thing. The insides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think everybody's everybody in the world's too lazy now to build anything. I mean, seriously.
That ornate.
Craftsmanship and everything. And
Except for the
of course,
people
they didn't have slaves, anymore to help.
True.
Indentured servants.
Indentured servants. That's right.
So it costs so much.
The only people working that hard are the people that are trying to pry the crap out of Donald Trump's butthole every morning. Where'd that come from? Jeez. I don't know where that came from. Sorry.
Well, it's, so they can make their smoothies.
When you said nobody works that hard anymore, I just an image of like this small little fairy person crawling up through a toilet and with a giant shovel just trying to dig the impacted resin of 84,000 KFC meals
Big Macs
out of Trump's rectum.
It's Big Macs. It's all McDonald's.
It's all Big Macs.
Big Macs.
Large fries. Well done steaks.
With ketchup.
Not enough ketchup to lube it out of there.
I wonder, like when it's the time of the year for McRibs and they bring those back, if he goes in and says, "I want them well done,"
I bet he hops up and down like a weird little autistic boy.
And he's like, "Don't put any barbecue sauce. I just want ketchup on it."
Don't put any barbecue sauce.
He likes ketchup. Well done steaks with ketchup.
He does.
That's weird.
Really weird.
I haven't had a steak in a long time, so I don't know.
I know that was the partial look you looked at.
Like, I guess maybe it is.
Disconnect.
I don't know. Maybe it is weird. I don't know. I think that's probably the last time I had a steak. Probably the last time I had steak. That's how I had it. But I was 16, so I haven't learned the ways of a good steak, unfortunately. I guess, unfortunately. I mean, it probably is unfortunate. I'm probably missing out.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Delicious.
What are you going to do? Got a couple announcements. We do have a very exciting announcement I want to make later on in the show as well. It involves William Shatner.
The Shat.
It involves the Shat, because we are big fans of the Shat here. Shat's the guy. So we'll have a little rundown later about what's going on with the Shatner. The Shatster, as I like to say.
What's happening with the Shat?
Oh, big announcement, man. Big announcement coming up. Big announcement. I think you know. I might even have some samples.
Captain's log supplemental.
Thank you. I might even have some samples, and it'll be amazing. We got a really great record for you tonight, folks. This album is called Subject Esq. Self-titled, 1972. The only album this band put out. They were originally in a different band, but that didn't quite. They were kind of a beat rock band, and then they had some lineup changes, evolved a little bit, and started Subject Esq. They're from Germany, Munich to be exact. They were originally called the Subjects, and they changed that name, like I said a moment ago. They won the beat music competition in Lowenbrockeler. I know, he just do it right on the mic. You seem to be like, Aaron, stop. Right on the mic. And subsequently played a lot of live and a lot of TV shows. They had another few lineup changes, and when they had a contract dispute with the record label Areola.
What was the dispute?
They disbanded in 1972 and evolved into the band Sahara.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
But we're here tonight to listen to Subject Esq. Yeah. Killer German band.
Where did Sahara come from?
I want to know more about this Areola.
It's a record label.
Okay.
A German record label. It's probably a CBS affiliate of some kind. But yeah, they, I don't know. They changed their name to Sierra after however many years of...
Sierra or Sahara?
Sahara.
Okay.
What did I say, Sierra?
Well, you said Sierra, I think, that time.
I did?
Sahara. That confused me, but Sahara.
I meant Sahara.
I think you said Sahara first.
I think I did too. I hope I did.
Maybe I just heard
reading
Sierra.
off the notes. I hope I said Sahara. I might have said Sierra. How you doing there, buddy? There's a guy staring at us now. That's the best part about leaving the lights on. They can see us now. Crap.
So yeah, man, I'm really interested about the Shatner thing. I'm on pins and needles over here.
All right, well, we'll have to have a big announcement a little bit later in the show.
I just have to know. I don't like mysteries.
Okay, well, I'm hiding the notes.
I don't like mysteries.
Oh, boy. Well, let's get to some of this record so we can get back and talk about the Shat. Shat's got a lot to say. All right, KUHS 102.5 FM, the record you need to know about. Tonight's record is Subject Esq. We'll be back in a little while. Don't forget, we've got Mark Sargent from the Flat Earth movie Beneath the Curve.
Behind the curve.
Behind the Curve, Beneath the Curve. We'll look it up. It's a 10 o'clock hour.
Beyond it.
And of course, Todd has lots of questions because Todd's been doing his research.
Just a few.
Just a few. So, yeah, we'll see you in a little while. Bye.
bad, but what else could I do? Making love, having fun together, but I know this won't do.
How y'all doing? This is Doc Holliday. Aaron and Todd are here, still making Monday the best night of the week on the record you need to know about, KUHS 102.5. It just doesn't get any better than this.
Wow, thanks, Doc. That was the one and only Doc Holliday, the man that saved me from my poison ivy infestation on my face.
The man that poked my booty hole.
Poked your booty hole, yeah.
This sounds better. Yeah, this actually does. Something's going on here.
Oh, no, with the headphones? Oh, no, they get broken?
No, they should be fine.
We need a fundraiser. Headphones are broken. Crap. No, wait, can you see the poison ivy on my face? See where it was?
Yeah,
getting better?
A little bit, yeah.
It was gnarly, man. It was coming up around here, around the top of my eye, and then down by the bridge of my nose. It was scary.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, man, we need one of your puffed up face. We need a picture, just at least of an eyeball.
It's
we can
on
use
here.
it for the cover of the show.
Okay, I'm fine with that. I don't care. It's on there. It's on there. It's on the phone.
Yeah.
I got one with the calamine lotion all gooped up on there, too, so that's really good.
Yeah, I think
It's
I
really
got a
good.
picture. You sent me a picture.
Oh, did I?
Yeah,
I did. I think I did, yeah. Yeah, not good. Not good at all. Not good at all. Anyway, welcome back to the show, KUHS 102.5 FM. The record you need to know about is the Doc just said there. It's almost 10 o'clock. We're getting close to that time. We're going to call the Sarge, as we'd like to call him, Mark Sargent.
I'm going to ask him some questions.
From the film, the Netflix documentary.
Behind the Curve.
Behind the Curve.
Behind it.
Behind the, not beneath it.
Should be below it.
It feels like it should be beneath it, yeah. Because I mean, we have this dome over the top.
Well, that's a question that I have.
Of our
because
plate.
I think we started to ask this question, but does it have a curve to it?
Very good question. I would think
it'll just build from there.
I would think it would have to. If you've seen the guy that makes the clocks, it's a round, globy.
And he has a little light that travels over.
It's a little dome.
LED. It's supposed to be the moon. And
it's a little dome.
Yeah.
So the Earth isn't. It's the Earth is. It's speculating that it's flat, but yet there is a clear gelatin-like dome over it. So is the Earth really flat, or is it half of a circle? These are good questions. We need to ask these questions. These are good questions. Okay, it's gonna be fun. I can't wait. It's gonna be a ball. Ball. Well, we heard the first handful of tracks from Subject Esq, or ESQ, if you will. Good stuff.
Yeah.
It is. It's pretty good.
A little early Pink Floyd-ish. Little, definitely prog rock. Definitely krautrock. You can hear that beat music vibe they got going on. They're clearly good musicians. A little jazzy. A little bit of rock.
Yeah.
Merge that together, and you get krautrock. Kind of in a weird way.
Yeah.
In a weird way, it's there.
Very melodic vocal delivery type.
Very melodic vocal delivery type, yes. Jason, do you have anything planned for the 10:15 show, or should we call Mark Sargent?
I mean, if y'all going to do that, that's fine.
We don't have to.
No, I think we should. Todd's psyched. He wants to talk to the Sarge.
He is. He's
Well,
all
I
night.
mean, we'll still have time, right?
First of all,
we'll
we
see.
should
We'll see if
we
we
should
have
first approach him because he's a megastar. So first we need to approach him with the proposition of, can we call you the Sarge? Can we call you the Sarge?
I think we brought that up the last time.
Oh, did we?
Maybe.
I don't think we did.
I'm going to say yes, we did.
Okay. I got fascinated because, he captured our interview on his whatever podcast or something.
Right.
And it ended up on YouTube. And I just happened to, I wasn't even looking. I was just like, let me go see if the Sarge got anything since we spoke to him on the air. And there it was. And I got sucked into it because I was like, he's on the phone, but he sounds broadcast quality, but we're on the phone. So it's like our radio show is being broadcast on the phone.
Yeah.
So I got really into it. I got sucked in. I heard the whole thing. I was like, we're on the phone right now. Shoes on the other foot. The tables have been turned. We're on the phone, and he's not on the phone. But he was on the phone with us. So it was this weird... It was in this weird, flat Earth, circular spatial time consortium, if you will. I don't know what else to correlate. It's strange. I'm so used to hearing us not on the phone. It was fascinating to me. We're on the phone right now. Something wrong with our headphones, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
Ah, crap.
I'll check it out on another plug.
Yeah, we'll have to test that out.
Maybe it's the adapter on it. It's gone bad.
Not good.
Wipe on, wipe off.
Yeah, that's not good at all. Get that worked
It's going
out.
to be fine.
Yeah, you're right. It'll be fine. Well, I guess we could squeeze in the Shatner announcement now. I know you're very excited, Todd. So let's go ahead.
Let's go with the Shat.
Let's see, do we have that thing anymore? I don't think we do. Oh, we don't. We don't have the drum roll thing anymore. That's right. We lost it, didn't we? Oh, man. A long time ago. No, that'll work.
Right.
So, so, ladies and gentlemen, drum roll, please. August 2019, William Shatner will release his first and hopefully only country music record called Why Not Me. Very, very excited about this.
What?
Yes, it's coming out in August. Why Not Me with William Shatner and Jeff Cook. I did my research, as I always try to do. I've got all the song titles here. If we'd like to run them down, they're really great. But here's the magic.
What's the magic?
William Shatner is a co-writer on all of these songs. Todd.
Wow.
The Shat is co-writing all of these songs with Jeff Cook.
Fascinating.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's quite amazing. You want to hear some of the song titles? You want to hear some of the song titles?
Sure.
All right, let's go. This one's called Hush Her With a Kiss. It's the first title track. Hush Her With a Kiss. Got a Thing for You. Can you hear it now, the Shatner?
I got a thing for you.
And then, of course, Why Not Me, which is the name of the album is Why Not Me. And then, let's see, there is, what do I got here on my list? Home Free. Home Free, written by Neil McCoy, William Shatner, and Jeff Cook. That is the only song written by an additional writer. The rest of the songs are written by Jeff Cook and William Shatner.
He needed a little help.
He needed a little McCoy.
A little McCoy.
Yeah, Neil McCoy is a well-known country artist.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah. He
Oh,
is.
okay. I don't know anything about country music. Post, probably 1960 something.
Right.
Let's see. Friends Don't Let Friends Drink Alone. Yeah. And realize that the Shatner was a booze hound. Shoulda Loved. Another one of the tracks on here. Beam Me Up.
No.
That one I'm looking forward to. He's got a country song called Beam Me Up. Oh, I think I might have it on here. I think I might have it in my little sampler. Oh, yeah, I do. Okay. We have Too Old to Be Vegan. It's another one. Too Old to Be Vegan. It's coming out in August 2009, kids. Why not me? William Shatner's first and hopefully only country music record. Let's see. I Hate to Waste Good Beer. That's another track. What Some People Throw Away. Wrong Number. Hello Me. And they close it out with That's What Dreamers Do. Let's see if we can get a little sample of Beam Me Up, William Shatner's new country music album coming out in August. Oh, yeah. This is it. Shatner. Country music album. Todd looks like he just threw up in his mouth a little bit. No, don't do that.
Beer? No, I'm not feeling it. Wine? Not so much. I'm looking for something a whole lot stronger with a hangover punch. Yeah, she's out of here. Crushed? Only temporarily.
Only temporarily.
Faithful friend, Mr. Jim D.
Beam me up.
Beam me up. Oh, it's...
Keep 'em coming.
Yeah, keep them coming.
I'm on a mission to drown out the pain.
Oh, it's about Jim Beam. It's called Beam Me Up. Wow. Is the Shatner getting into the drink? Is he dipping into the drink a little bit?
So all of these are going to be country songs.
It's a country music album. He's performed at the Grand Ole Opry already.
Well, that's what happens.
That's what happens.
That's what happened to Steve Martin, too.
Beam me up.
I want to boldly go where I know I shouldn't go. So pass the...
Is he allowed to do that? Is he allowed to use the lyrics from Gene Roddenberry's dialogue that he wrote for him?
Well, Gene's dead, so.
Oh, I guess so. Beam me up.
Cup and beam me up.
Oh, boy. Question. Do we play this on the show?
I think that's enough.
All right, you said so. It's enough. Wow.
Well,
very excited about this record. I don't know what's wrong with me.
You know,
Todd.
We could give it a shot.
Beam me up.
I can't believe I'm saying it. It's the only way I'd play this kind of music is if it's William Shatner, I guess. Or
right?
somebody that's, you know.
I mean, yeah, it's Shatner.
Just toying with it.
We've played like 3 of his albums on this damn radio show already. We've played more William Shatner, I think, than we have David Bowie.
We have.
But not Prince.
No, we've
Prince is
played
the leader.
A fair share of Prince.
Prince is the leader of the pack right now, but yes.
You've played Spock, too, haven't you? Spock.
We played Leonard Nimoy's album, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did, yeah, did one of those.
I think he only had one album.
Yeah.
One music album.
2 Shats.
Played a couple of Shats. Shat on our listeners a couple of times.
We did.
We might have to do it another time. We played Transform Man, and we played the one from way back in the 70s. Yeah, we might have only done 2. You're right. I think we've only done 2.
Yeah.
Okay, well. 3's the magic number.
3 is the magic number.
Do it live. That'll be amazing. All right, top of the hour. You guys want to get out of here and get our act together and come back and call to the Sarge?
Might as well.
Okay. Oh, I'm nervous. I mean, this guy is an international film star. He's an international film star of a documentary that went global.
Yeah, but remember,
Netflix.
he was like, I didn't even know that they were going to present it that way. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
He felt a little tricked. Filmmakers might have
course.
deceived him a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, well, it's top of the hour. Let's get out of here. We'll be back in a little while with the Sarge and, the Flat Earth update, hopefully.
Yeah.
Flat Earth update.
Right. KUHS 102.5 FM. We'll see you shortly. Enjoy this word from our sponsors.
Up your shaft.
KUHS programming is made possible in part by Visit Hot Springs and the World Championship Running of the Tubs, scheduled for Saturday, June 1st at 9 a.m. in downtown Hot Springs. To learn more about the Running of the Tubs and how you can enter the race, visit www.hotsprings.org or call 1-800-SPA-CITY.
Man, I'll tell you what, I mean, I've heard a lot of records. I used to be in that Columbia Club where I used to have a penny, and they followed me around for tons and tons of years trying to get my money back, and I heard a whole lot of records I didn't even know about. but I heard one that I did the other night on old Aaron Buckley station, and that was a record I ought to know about. That was that Prince one, and I think Todd came up with that one. That wasn't even Aaron's idea, but you ought to listen to KUHS. I mean, Monday nights from 9 to 11, there ain't no better place to be than KUHS, and you'll find out a record you ain't ever heard of and you don't even know about.
going on. Wake up in the morning, next thing, the day is gone. Somehow I find a time for fresh air. Otherwise I'm gonna lose my own mind. Sacrifice my soul for a handful of gold. I'm sorry to say, nothing is gonna change. I can't take anymore. I'm getting close to the end. I leave my home today and look for a place to die. Leaving all the things behind makes me wanna cry. Living in a time today, money governs the world. No place for a creature like me. Better grab my coat and go. I leave my home today and look for a place to die. Leaving all the things behind makes me wanna cry. I'm sorry to say, nothing is gonna change. No place for a creature like me. Better grab my coat and go. I leave my home today and look for a place to die. Leaving all the things behind makes me wanna cry. It's a new beginning.
Hey kids, this is Chuck Dodson, and you're listening to the record you need to know about on KUHS. It's the best show in the world.
Yeah, KUHS 102.5 FM. Welcome back to the show. The record he needs to know about. Mm-hmm. Thanks, Chuck Dodson, for that little bump.
Thanks, Chuck.
It's that time. It's that time. We've been pumping it up all night. It's time to call Mr. Mark Sargent from the famous global phenomena, the film.
The film.
Do I say global? What do I say? Do I say earthly? I don't know what to say. Holy crap! I just screwed
Worldwide.
up. Worldwide film, the documentary.
Behind the Curve.
Behind the Curve.
Yeah.
So let me see if I can dial them up here. I was like, I think I remember if I dial one. Oh, quiet. Don't listen to the numbers, Mr. Microphone. See, it's ringing.
This is Mark.
Hey, Mark. Mr. Mark Sargent, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Hey, it's me, Aaron from KUHS. How you doing, man?
I can't complain. What's going on?
Not much. You're in Portland, right?
I'm in Seattle.
Oh, Seattle. So it is, 8?
20? Yeah, it's early. It's 8:20.
Good.
Is it raining?
No.
Wow.
Well, it was raining. It was raining yesterday, but yeah, Seattle does get quite a bit of rain.
Yes,
it's threatening to rain all the time. Yeah.
Yes. Well, thank you for taking our call once again. We really appreciate it. I don't know where to start other than I've announced you many times tonight during our show. I don't know if you've been listening, but we're making a big deal about you.
It was funny. I just went to your website and you were playing some funk record from God knows how many years ago that thing was.
Oh.
And I heard you were going to call me. It's like, oh crap! I gotta shut down the website.
Excellent. Well, this is Mark Sargent from the Netflix film
Behind the Curve.
Behind the Curve. More than that, you can find him on YouTube at Flat Earth Clues.
Yeah.
Just simply search for that, and there he will pop up his channel. Lots of information, lots of data, lots of facts for the folks out there to get educated with.
Right, or theories, depending on which way you want to look at it. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. How have you been doing since the last time we chatted?
Good. I'm getting ready for the second conference of the year, which is going to be in Auckland, New Zealand, and I leave a week from tomorrow.
No kidding.
Yeah. I've got Auckland, Calgary in May. Then I've got the summer for documentaries, and then I have Stockholm in September, London, Mount Shasta, Amsterdam, and then we finish off the year in Dallas. So yeah, Flat Earth on tour.
Flat Earth on tour. Wow, you are going, dare I say, global.
Oh.
Now that is a question I had with the guys here a moment ago, because I said the global phenomenon of the documentary, but what would I call it if I don't call it global? What do I call it? Palatial?
Worldly? How about that?
Worldly. Okay, worldly
phenomena. Yeah.
Worldly phenomena. Yes.
Yeah, that's the global joke. We have heard that many times.
I'm
like,
sure.
Flat Earthers have conferences all around the world. It's like, yeah, I heard that in 2015.
Well, as you know, I'm still new to this, so I'm learning. And I'm doing the best I can at learning. So one thing another thing that the guys and I have been chatting about the last few weeks since we spoke to you was we wondered if you'd be interested in. I know you're a busy guy, so if you can't make it happen, it's fully understandable. But we would love to do a Flat Earth update with. And Todd graciously came up with a nickname for you, the Sarge.
I've heard that before a few times since second grade. But
okay.
yeah, sure.
Okay, well, cool. So we could do a Flat Earth update with the Sarge, and maybe it could be a weekly thing or when you're available. Sure. I mean, I know that you're a palatial star at this point, so.
As long as the segment's not too long, sure. I'd be happy to do it.
We don't want to take up much of your time, but we want to do our best to get the word out and get the plant the seeds, if you will.
Yeah, and make sure your phone lines and emails get just cluttered with people that are going, "What are you guys, crazy?"
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Why not?
Well, we are. So
every time I do a show, in fact, it's funny. I even get ones where people are saying, "Oh, the phone lines are lighting up," and that's really weird because this is not a call-in show. And that happens a lot. So yeah, sure, I'd be happy to.
We're a tiny little community radio station in Hot Springs, Arkansas. We are solar powered, and we only have one phone line, so we're not going to have that problem.
Oh, that's cool. And small world. I was in Hot Springs not that long ago for the Hot Springs Film Festival. They actually flew me out there to do a Q&A for the movie when it came out.
Yeah, the Hot Springs Documentary Film Fest. You were here.
Yeah, I was here.
I had a lot of people approach me after you were on the show last time and said, "Hey, that's the guy that was here a couple of weeks ago."
Yeah.
And I said, "I didn't even know you were here."
Yeah, true story.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. It was very, very neat film festival, though. I had gone to a number of them, and that's a pretty. You guys do a nice job.
It's one of the oldest documentary film fests in America.
Apparently,
yeah.
I had no idea there's quite a bit of pageantry involved in your festival. It was cool.
So, how did you enjoy Hot Springs? Did you like it?
I wasn't there that long, but yeah, I was only there a couple nights, but it was neat. Yeah, I got to walk around the streets and go to a weird gangster museum.
Yeah, the gangster museum.
Yep, went to that. They had drinks and hors d'oeuvres there for part of the film festival, and yeah, so I didn't get a chance to do too much, but it was fun. And then flew out of Little Rock on the way home.
Where did you stay, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh boy, the hotel where the festival was at.
Oh, the Arlington.
So, yeah. The big one, the big old one. The plumbing isn't exactly top notch there, but it's a fun hotel. I like it.
It's a legendary place. It's supposed to be haunted. Al Capone stayed there, and it's in a little bit of disrepair. It needs some help.
Oh, that's all right. Again, I like it. I'm older, so it was kind of fun.
Yeah, cool.
It's more interesting than a Best Western. Let's put it that way.
Yes, absolutely. Fun lobby.
That's for sure.
Very fun lobby.
Very fun lobby.
So, other than touring around the palatial plateau, if you will, where are you? What else is going on with you right now?
What am I working on?
Yeah.
I am working videos a lot. On top of the conferences, I get to do meetups and do the promos for the meetups. We've done 300 and change regional meetups in the United States and Canada and England. And then, other than that, just cranking out videos as fast as I can. Do Q&A videos, subject matter. I have a radio show on Tuesday nights, which I do. And then, working. People are saying, "Oh, you got to work on a second book." It's like, really? Is that time already? So yeah, between all that, I've kept. Oh, that I'm sorry, and all the interviews.
Yeah, where?
Go
ahead, please.
Oh, the interviews I've done. I did the Today Show in Australia. That was fun. I got to do that at a studio down in Seattle, and so they fed me into that. And Trinity Broadcasting Network is coming up here. They're going to be here the day after tomorrow. They're going to Seattle to shoot a segment, which is fun. So yeah, between all those things, I'm flat Earth all the time.
So the documentary has really kind of set things off.
Yeah, ever since that thing came out, it has been nutty. And what's weird is it's amazing how many, even though the director hated me talking to younger people, because there was a 12-year-old kid that talked to me in the documentary.
Yeah.
I have had so many calls from universities and high schools and even a couple of junior high schools where there's kids saying, "Oh yeah, I'd love to talk to you." I even, with teacher endorsed. I had a classroom in Pennsylvania where the teacher organized the whole thing. We did this Skype conversation where all the kids had their questions ready and were asking me things. Even the local high school here grabbed me, and it's been amazing.
And so I imagine that the questions were very varied and maybe even some antagonistic. How do you handle questions like that? Because, I mean, let's face it, there is a large group of people, probably larger than us, that are not
that hate flat Earth.
Yeah, that are not into the flat Earth theory. So
I get that question quite a bit, especially as I've been doing more and more interviews. It's like, why don't you get mad when people yell at you and call you all these names and
well, yeah, there's no reason to get mad.
Well, that's just it though. People get defensive. It's like, you're stupid, you're retarded, and they just go off on you. And it's like, well, no, I can't get mad at you because I can't even get really defensive because I was you. That's why I try to tell them. Look, 5 years ago, I would have been right there pointing at me, going, "Idiot." But no, I can't. It's hypocritical. So I try. In fact, I tell them, I go, "Do you even know why you're angry right now? It's like you're not mad at me. You know, you're mad at the subject. You're mad at flat Earth. Do you know why you're mad at flat Earth? Then it's because of the conditioning." And that doesn't necessarily calm them down, but at least it gets it away from me, rather than shoot the messengers. So I don't mind. I don't because everybody starts out that way, including me. I hate it. In fact, the T-shirt reads, "I became a flat earther because I tried to debunk it, or I tried to disprove it."
Yeah.
And what I tell people, I'll tell your listeners right now. It's like I'm not here to convince you. I'm not here to persuade you. I'm just here to get you to think about it, plant the seed, and see what happens.
Yeah. So,
and a lot of people won't go for it, but some will.
So something that they sort of brushed over in the film, and I hate to keep going back to that, and I hope that we can develop a relationship beyond the movie, and I don't have to reference the movie anymore. But a big question I've had is that, because they didn't really address it in the film, but what was your tipping point? What was the tipping point? Because you were this just kind of happened for you.
Oh yeah. The tipping point for me was the Antarctic Treaty, which was I was looking at this thing in 2014, and I was trying to connect a few dots, and I was going, this is pretty good. And then I got to the Antarctic Treaty, and which said that no corporation is ever allowed to set up shop down there from any country ever in the history of our civilization. And if you all of a sudden became a billionaire tomorrow and started your own country, you would get a piece of paper put in front of you that says, "Oh yeah, by the way, sign this." And what's it say? Well, you can't go down to Antarctica and do anything down there ever, forever. And it's not even up for debate until 2041. It's like, okay, why does that matter? It matters because everybody knows, and I don't care where you are and what status of life you're in, everybody knows this world, especially in capitalism, we run off money and greed and power. That's how the world works. Sure. 9 out of every 10 problems run off money. Well, what conspiracy is bigger than money? Because when the United States government goes down there in the 50s and says that the entire Antarctic continent is made out of money, and they're worried about fighting over this thing, and then all of a sudden everybody leaves unilaterally, and they all sign this treaty. It's like, yep, nobody needs to go down there ever. It's like, what are you talking about? There's resources to be had. There's nothing. You don't have to clear cut forests or move any animals or anything like that. It's just made out of money. And that's when all of a sudden it occurred to me. It's like, yeah, this conspiracy is bigger than money. Think of any conspiracy out there. This one is bigger than that, which is, think of it this way. If you let's say you were the head of ExxonMobil and you wanted to go down there to do oil, right? Well, there's a problem in that your planes, your helicopters, your tractors eventually would be going all over the place doing survey missions. And eventually somebody's going to find something that you don't want them to see. Well, what do? And there'd be too many loose ends. And it's the only time I've ever seen it where the government's just said, you know what? The money's not worth it. Let's just lock it down.
Wow. So how do you explain the and again, I'm coming from a place of learning.
That's right.
So how do you explain the studies on the ice caps and the melting and the
Oh yeah. No. I'm not saying there's nobody down there. I mean, the military can go down there, and military scientists can go down there.
Wait, are they? But wait, Mr. Sargent. Yeah. Can I call you Mark?
Yeah. Sure, of course.
Okay, Mark.
I'm the one that calls him Sarge.
You call him Sargent. I said Mr. Sargent. But you said down there.
Sorry, out there.
Okay, so out there.
Sorry,
I know it's a part of the conditioning.
Look, if I don't say down there, people are going to be like, "Well, what's he mean when he says out there?" So either way, but okay. Out there.
Out there.
He does have to translate for the people that aren't in the know.
Yeah, I understand. And so when you say out there, like these points are, they're horizontally out there. They're not. They don't actually follow a.
No. Again, it's for the listener that's new to this whole concept, and there might be a few.
I might be one myself. I'm learning, and that's why I keep calling you, man.
Okay. You are in a big building, a big giant structure that's probably 20,000 miles wide, with walls and a floor and a ceiling. And inside this giant building is a giant saltwater lake, and inside that lake are a bunch of islands that we call continents.
Okay.
And the water can't go anywhere, and the edge of the Antarctic coastline is just the beginning of a massive section of land that probably goes inland thousands and thousands of miles that they're not going to put on any map. because it freaked people out. As a matter of fact, the UN flag, if you ever want to have some fun, look at the UN flag. And I put it in the clues, which was there's one thing missing on the UN flag. All the continents are there except for one. That's Antarctica. Why would you leave out an entire continent from the UN flag? The whole point is it's all the world there. But instead, they put this giant, weird Greco-Roman wreath around the outside. It's easy to put the Antarctica in there if you wanted to, but they're not going to do it because they don't want people to think about it.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. Interesting.
True.
So is I've been doing a lot of research since the film and since we spoke last. Is there a sort of like an ice? Is it an ice wall that's going around the whole thing, or how does that work?
Okay. All right. It starts at, so if you go out to Antarctica right now, it doesn't matter if you believe in a globe or the flat world. Eventually, you're going to run into what we call Antarctica, and there's images of this. You can Google pictures of Antarctica, and they're all out there. And that is the coastline. Most of the coastline of Antarctica is a 200. I'm not saying it's Game of Thrones style, although it's very appropriate considering the last season just started. It's a couple hundred feet high, right off the water. And once you get on top of that, then it starts sloping up immediately. It's really unique as a continent because most of like our land masses, they don't go up that high. But this is a plateau. Antarctica, even by mainstream science, says it's a plateau at about 14,000 feet high. Well, there's a problem there, and that is altitude sickness kicks in around 7,000 feet. And this is at least double that. And that's just the flat parts. Then you go up, there's mountain ranges, which Admiral Byrd said there's entire mountain ranges made out of coal. And anyway, that goes inland a great deal. And then eventually people say, okay, what is the edge? And I say, I don't know, thousands of miles inland, there's some sort of wall, whatever the outer barrier of this thing is. And they say, well, what's it made out of? It's like, oh, you got me. High frequency, force field, electromagnetic, heavy element, heavy water. Take your pick. Either way, you can't punch through it, which we looked at, which was the high-altitude nuclear testing program between the United States and the Soviet Union from 58 until 62. Sorry, I rambled.
No, you're not rambling. It's okay. What is that, Todd? Is it HARP?
HARP.
What is HARP?
No, HARP's different. HARP's different. Oh, no, let me get into HARP. So imagine, and this is what men do, right? So let's say you find the edge of the world, which turns out to be a big wall. What are men going to do? It's like, okay, we got to be able to shoot through this, right? Get a cannon, right? Like that's what they're going to do. Well, cannons aren't going to, conventional explosives aren't going to work. So they literally used atomic weapons for 4 years. That's all the United States and the Soviet Union did for 4 years, from 58 till 62. And that wasn't working. So HARP, it's like, so at that point you got to use a different trick. It's like, okay, well, brute force isn't working. What else you got in your bag of tricks? Well, you got this HARP, that's high altitude, electromagnetic frequencies, alter the weather. Maybe we can punch through it with that. Nope, that's not doing anything. So it's like, well, what else you got? The latest thing, which I think is even spookier, is CERN. In the big collider over in Europe.
Hadron
Collider.
Yes. Yeah, Hadron Collider. Holy smoke! Because that point, it's like, okay, let's not worry about busting through it. Maybe we can gateway through it. It's like, oh, what happens when we open this gate? Oh, who knows, right? If you open up a gate to another dimension, what could go wrong there?
So let me ask you this, because again, I'm curious. Why are we? And forgive me if I sound frank, but it sounds like you're afraid of what might be on the outside of what we're calling the dome. That we yet don't know what it's made out of.
Well, if we are in some sort of snow globe, in some sort of building, whatever, let's call it a snow globe. Right?
Are we in a snow globe? Let's be honest, Mark. Are we in a snow globe?
Let's say it's a big box, okay? Because
it's a snow box.
Whatever. I mean, there's another radio station. They say, well, it's kind of like a pizza box, right? It's like, well, it's not bad, I suppose. If pizza box is what you want to go with. But think about this: if there's only two options here, and that is, are we in here because they want to keep us safe from what's outside?
Okay, but who's they?
Well, whoever built this place.
Who built what place?
Well, therein lies the question.
So are you an atheist?
Questions. We did not build. Let me make something really clear here.
Answer the question, though, Mark. Are you an atheist?
No, I'm not an atheist.
I am atheist. No. I'm 100% atheist.
Who is?
I am. Aaron. Me.
Okay, well,
yeah.
You can be an atheist if you want.
Yeah. So that's why this stuff becomes this stuff is a little more reality to me than I say maybe some of my co-parts. I succumbed to atheism many years ago, and I'm still normal and healthy and happy, and I love and I enjoy life all the same as anyone else. But
lightning has struck you, so that's fine.
But yeah, I'm fine. But yeah, so when you say they, I need to know who they is.
Well, okay, take your pick, because again, there's a lot of forks in the roads here with options, and that is it's either one of two things: either an advanced civilization that's much older and much more powerful than ourselves, or the other side, which is the divine. Take your pick. I'm not going to pick for you. But the point is, whoever, let's say, we'll go with the advanced civilization, for your sake. Let's say this place was built, right? So the question is, why are we in here? Are we in here because we need to be protected from what's outside of here, like a box of kittens, or are we a box of scorpions that should never ever be let out into the rest of the universe because they could be, dangerous? And look, just about every sci-fi movie we've ever touched on picks the latter, including the day the Earth stood still back in the day, which yeah, you guys shouldn't be allowed to go anywhere ever. So I don't know. Again, take your pick. I kind of agree. We're not exactly the most non-destructive group in the world. We tend to savage just about everything when we lay our hands on it.
Yeah.
Men anyway.
Yeah.
Not so much.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
That's
ancient
Todd.
ancient
Todd's talking to you
civilization.
now.
Okay, that's outside keeping us trapped, or I don't know, safe.
Safe or trapped? Your choice. Yeah.
Why can't it be a globe?
Why does it have to be a globe? Meaning, let me use a Carl Sagan.
Why shouldn't it be a globe?
You see,
That's what I'm trying to.
That, though, because you were shown a globe for so long, that's all you know. Remember, before not that long ago, go back 1,000 years. I know people say, "Oh no, we did it 2,000 years ago." It's like, come on, I've got a diagram of every culture that ever lived 1,000 years ago, and they all drew the same thing, like Richard Dreyfuss in Close Encounters, which they all drew a snow globe because that's what they felt it was. What I'm saying is, let's say we'll go with the God thing just for a second. Well, if we want to do the God thing because God can build an entire solar system, that's fine. But in advanced civilization, we'll say they can build it as well. If 99.9% of the people in this world believe in the illusion, believe in the Truman Show version of this. Remember, Truman was only living in a 20-mile-wide sports stadium, and he believed it all. So if most of the people that live here, I mean, almost all of them believe in the illusion, that's what you go with. That's what the most efficient option is. You don't have to build a globe or a solar system. Or Carl Sagan, great line, where he said, look, he goes, the universe in some ways doesn't make sense because there's a lot of wasted space. Absolutely. But if it's a building, if it's a Hollywood backlot, if it's a terrarium planetarium, then it's absolutely amazingly efficient. And that's what I would expect from an advanced civilization. Again, use another pop culture reference, the movie Contact, which was, any civilization that's way more advanced than us is going to function on multiple levels of efficiency, which is what this place is. If it's a dome, if it's a planetarium, everything works better. And it works easier, it works with less energy, and everybody gets the same thing out of it. Let me give another quick side note, which is people say, well, you're killing astrology. Not astronomy, but astrology. I'm a double Gemini with a bad moon rising.
Got it.
No, I'm not killing astrology at all. What I'm saying is the stars and the planets and the sun and the moon are just really one giant clock system. That's all it really is.
Well, what are they? What are they? Well,
the stars and the planets are just pretty light.
How far are they?
So are these things? So seriously, Mark, though, are they secular? Are they man-made? What's going on here?
No, nothing's been made by us. And by that I mean there may be older civilizations. Come on, we all know. If you watched Ancient Aliens at all, even if you didn't buy into the program, there's some really old stuff lying around that we had nothing to do with.
Sure.
So wait a minute. Why not just skip all this and say it's all just a hologram?
Ooh.
Well, you see what I mean? I mean, why even have a disc? Why even have a globe? Why have any of it? No, it's like the Matrix, man.
Hey, the Matrix, which, by the way, turned 20 years old this year. Talk about how time flies. And that's when, and we've been talking about this for a while, right? So Matrix 20, we've been talking about holograms and virtual reality for at least 20 years, and people still don't get it. And let me delve into the virtual reality thing for just a sec, because The reason why I don't even, I absolutely believe it. God is a programmer, and even if it's not God, then an advanced civilization is a programmer, and holograms are very, very real and very, very possible. The reason why I don't bring it up is because most people don't get it. Look, the average person, we've had microwaves since, the 70s? Nobody knows how they work. Just put the frickin' popcorn in, hit the button. If it comes out not burned, it's a great day.
I think people know how it works. I think they know how it works, though. Come on now,
no,
Mark.
The people that built it, sure, but the people that use it, they have no idea how it works.
Well, of course. I mean, a lot of people don't know how an algorithm works, but actually, you're talking to someone that does. I actually know how an algorithm works. I programmed them myself many times in the last 25 years. But the point I'm trying to get at too, though, Mark, is that I think you might be an atheist, man. I think you might be in that zone because I don't know how you couldn't. Accept what we know as reality without having some kind of skepticism about Jesus died on a cross and they actually say it was actually an X because your body the physiology of your body cannot actually sustain the weight of your body. If you're staked by two hands and feet, you would rip right off the cross. So
But if it's virtual, you can give Jesus all sorts of fun stuff, couldn't you?
Virtual, though. I mean, virtual.
Again, I don't want to freak people out. Listeners are probably going, "Oh my God, not virtual." If you want to look into something fun and virtual, I'll leave it at this. Look into the double slit experiment, the single electron gun experiment from about 15 years ago, and that basically shows people that and you're saying, okay, why? It's because what's happening in that experiment is what's happening in our world. What we design in video games is actually happening in experiments that we're doing with electron guns, and it shouldn't be that way. We're kind of picking up on Matrix-y type stuff, and even though I hate Elon Musk and everything he stands for, but the one thing I do agree with what he said was he goes, there's a high probability.
Wait. Why do you hate Elon Musk though?
I liked it when he shot that car into space.
Why do you hate Elon Musk?
No, I hate. Oh no, even before he shot the car into space, I hated Elon Musk.
Why?
Really? Do a search. New York Post did saying, in fact, I was so happy they did afterwards. They said Elon Musk is a total fraud.
Why?
He's never completed a promise he's ever made ever, and that is, it's like, oh, I'm gonna let me solve the power problem after Puerto Rico had that hurricane with my solar arrays. No, I'm gonna send 2 people around the moon in 2018. 2 tourists. No, I'm gonna do a bullet train underground from San Francisco, L.A. No. Super plane from the United States to China. It's going to cost the same price as a business class ticket. Not even close.
But I have to agree with Sarge on those points.
That's fine. Those. You can agree on those points. But hey, but Mark, actually, I've got 3 or 4 friends that have Teslas, and they're fantastic cars.
Yeah. Oh, you see, and there you go. There's the power of history being rewritten. Kind of like Ray Kroc and McDonald's. Ray Kroc didn't invent McDonald's, and Tesla was built by somebody else.
When was the last time you've had McDonald's, Mark?
What?
When was the last time you ate McDonald's?
Honestly?
Be honest.
It was a couple days ago.
Wow. I haven't had McDonald's in 25 years.
Oh, well, you stop by every once in a while. If you're with a group of people, it's like, oh, you know what I feel? Sure, why not?
I deny it. I will not do it. I will not do it because I believe the chemicals in that food are screwing with your brain and they're screwing with your body. So stay away from that food. Mark, I like you and I respect you. And dare I say, I love you. Do not eat McDonald's anymore, please.
All right.
So
if you're going to be anti-Tesla, I'm going to be anti-McDonald's for you. And that's a trade-off.
Which is Elon Musk bought Tesla. He did not build Tesla. He bought them. He made his money in PayPal. He was a programmer.
Of course.
Pretty good programmer, from what I understand. He
yes.
PayPal, and he took that money and he bought Tesla, and then he started SpaceX. Tesla has nothing to do with him. Nothing. And that convertible to be put in space, no, that thing was absolute sham from beginning to end. I don't know if you have any time, but in 60 seconds I could rattle off a dozen different things that went wrong. That should have gone wrong with that car. It was the most beautiful image anywhere. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, wow, who the hell photoshopped this? And then somebody said, oh, yeah, by the way, live link. I'm live. What? How can it be a live link?
Okay, so...
And it's terrible.
You are okay. You're going a little off the rails now, and that's okay. I do want to get back to why we called you, because you're the flat Earth expert of the palatial plane. So let me go to Todd, because Todd has a couple of questions I know he's been bugging me about for the last week and a half.
Well, it's not
that he
really
wanted
bugging.
to ask.
It was just
well,
a question.
You're right. You wanted to ask, and I want to give you a platform, Todd, because the Sarge and I have been going at it here for a while. But I do want to say I appreciate all of your input, Mr. Sargent. I really do, and I love it. I'm so glad you're able to share it with us and our audience. Todd, I know you had a couple of questions about the black hole or some other things.
Yeah, I already asked a couple, but yeah, the black hole. So what's your take on that? How about that photograph?
Oh, that was a fantastic photograph. Unfortunately, that photograph was also an exact duplicate of one they used in 1987 that wasn't even showing a black... I'm sorry, what?
Really?
Oh, yeah. We broke that thing down in 2 hours. In fact, every time NASA releases an image like that, we just scour the archives. Kind of like when there was, I think it was last year, when they said there was a hole in the ISS.
Yeah.
And they plugged it with like a finger and some epoxy and some peanut butter, or I don't know, whatever.
Some gum.
And the hole that was tweeted by Chris Hadfield, an astronaut, mind you, he tweeted, oh yeah, here's the hole, was actually an album cover from a Christian rock band from about 12 years ago. We miss nothing. We scour everything for everything. The Internet Archive is really, really good. Oh yeah.
So how
they don't even try.
So how do we explain space exploration?
Really? No, I'll use the pop.
I mean, how far does the bubble go?
Mission Impossible, the first Mission Impossible movie, when Tom Cruise said, "Oh no, it's way worse than you think." What I'm saying is that space exploration, as you know it, has been an utter sham since minute one.
So but I do have a problem, Mr. Sargent, with referencing films as a factual scientific.
No. I'm just using it as kind of a clever little intro into the topic. No, I never reference films as science. I'm just saying that it's way worse than you know. And if you're wondering why, I will use lines from movies just because there's nothing new under the sun, and we've pretty much seen and done it in movies and films.
Sure, yeah. Okay.
If I use that line, you'll know why. And I'm prefacing it otherwise, but people will say, "Oh, you stole that from Fight Club. Oh, you stole that from Mission Impossible." It's like, yeah, I'm telling you up front, I'm doing that. No, the entire space program, every space program has been a sham from minute one. However, that being said, everyone that works at NASA, 99.9% of them, the people that turn the wrenches and build the field systems and polish capsules and stuff, they're actually doing legitimate jobs. You know, they're working, they're collecting their checks and everything. Now, when they put the rocks together and then they fire them off, they're not going anywhere. They're just going off into the drink, and they're splashing them down in the ocean. And no astronaut ever gets on the top of a pile of liquid explosives. That would be the last thing you'd ever want to do. But yeah, you'd have to fake it. You have to fake it because otherwise you have to militarize space, which is why all the organizations up until very, very recently have been military or government-based.
Space Force.
That's
why they want Space Force.
Why can't we get through? Why can't we penetrate this?
The dome.
I feel like it's got to be some sort of like gel or something. Why can't we penetrate this thing?
It's like the Dome of Silence from Get Smart.
If you're going to build something like this, and I'm not, let's put ourselves in the shoes of the builder, whoever built it. You're not going to give the tools to escape from the people that are running around inside of it.
How are we? But who built it though? Who built it? Sarge, come on.
If it's coming from your angle, then it's an advanced civilization. Somebody bigger and more powerful than us. Again, who's to say we're not just some giant lab experiment that's sitting on somebody's desk right now?
Exactly. That's why I'm saying, why can't the Petri dish be a sphere as opposed to?
Ooh, good idea, Todd.
A dish.
Good thinking.
You don't have to make it a sphere. That's why it's easier to make it a half sphere, meaning just a flat circular bottom.
Oh, so it's efficiency.
What?
It's more efficient to make it that way.
Yeah, it's more
disc.
And again, if the people don't know any different, who cares? I mean, I'll give you a perfect example. Let's use the virtual thing. Most people don't know this. Just about every video game you've ever played, I don't care if it's GTA or Fortnite or Minecraft or whatever the kids are playing these nowadays.
Can I throw something really quick and then you go to your point?
Yeah, sure.
I haven't played a video game since the Simpsons game on Nintendo in like 1998.
1943.
Just saying. I haven't played a video game since then.
I haven't played
Go
since
ahead.
Pong.
But now go ahead.
No, just about every video game you could ever think of is actually designed on a flat surface, absolutely flat, with the exception of valleys and mountains and stuff. And actually, it's flat and it's square, kind of like a holodeck on Star Trek Next Gen. So, and the reason is because computers can't think in circles; they can only think in squares. And the programmers, I hate to say this, but it's true. Programmers are notoriously lazy. It's like, why would I build in a curvature of the Earth if no one's going to know it? That's why you just build the simulation flat, because nobody's going to know, and if they don't know, then hey, great, fantastic, problem solved.
Okay, but but Sarge, we're talking about video games versus reality.
But if it's a hologram, it's not even reality.
Really good simulation that we make and what we're doing right now.
I hear you, Todd.
Better resolution, better, a few more senses. That's about it. The rest of it is we can do it. I mean, hell, we can draw. I mean, we've seen this. I don't know if you guys have seen. We can draw better people than people now. Now we can't make robots, but it's true. I mean, I've seen drawings that are like flawless, absolutely freaking flawless, and with freckles and the whole 9 yards. Like, wow, that's pretty impressive. We can draw better human than human.
Yeah, my kids play Fortnite. They love it. I watch it and I go, wow, that's wow, good times. Looks like you guys having fun. I don't know what to say about it. I'm over here reading books. I'm busy reading books. I don't know. I'm checking out some James Joyce. I don't have any time for this video game stuff, but yes. Well, fascinating conversation with the Sarge tonight. Holy crap! I can't believe we got you back on the show. You are. Go ahead and plug what you're doing next. You're going to where again? It's
going to a conference in New Zealand. Everyone's going to be in New Zealand. There's a Flat Earth conference happening down there in Auckland.
How can we find out about it? What's the website? You got a website you can plug or anything?
Just type in Flat Earth Conference New Zealand. That's all you have to do.
Okay. Flat Earth Conference New Zealand coming up next, and then you're off to London or Calgary.
Calgary, Canada, and then Stockholm, Sweden, London, Mount Shasta, California, Amsterdam, and Dallas.
You are flying around a lot, and I want to next time you're on the show, Mr. Sargent. I would love to get to the flight path conspiracy. I'd love to cover that. I'd love to try and educate our listeners a little bit on this flight path thing, because we see these flight paths on the websites and we see them, and it appears they're wrapping around things, but it looks very flatline. It looks very straight. Like, I'd love to get your ideas and your theories on.
Yeah,
I know that's a big deal.
Great detail for you. How's that?
Oh, fantastic! Awesome, Mark Sargent, ladies and gentlemen, from the movie Behind. I always get it wrong. I don't know why I do. I feel like we're under the dome. I feel like we're not beneath it. We're under it.
That's all right. Good.
I'm still learning, Mark.
Yeah, you're doing great.
I appreciate the education. Thank you, sir. And and thanks for taking our call tonight, and we will talk to you soon. Can we maybe call you next week?
Yeah, sure. Well, next week I'll be in New Zealand, but
crap! On Monday next week I'll be in New Zealand.
Email me. Maybe I can pull it off because I can route my landline down there. It's okay. We might be able to do it.
Why the hell not? I've got both your phone numbers.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, cool. Thanks, Mark. Thanks for calling. Thanks for chatting with us, man. I appreciate it.
Later. All right, thank you, guys.
All right, bye. Mark Sargent, ladies and gentlemen, from the movie Behind. I keep saying beneath. Behind the curve. I don't know why. I feel like we're under it. I don't know if we're behind it. I feel like we're under it. Like, it would be beneath, but we're behind it. We're behind the curve. Wow. Todd, what do you think? We had the guy on. That was amazing. Holy crap.
We did.
The guy again. It's so exciting.
It's
so exciting.
It was something. I'm telling you.
I'm so excited. All right.
I learned a lot about black holes.
Oh, you did? Wow. I didn't learn a damn thing.
It's all a fraud.
I didn't learn a damn thing about black holes.
And obviously that little girl or that young lady that came up with the algorithm for the camera lenses with all the different telescopes is just a fraud.
All right.
No, she was doing her job. They just didn't use any of it. They just took a picture from what, what did he say?
80-something or something.
Was it 87 or 78 or 67?
87, I think you said.
Okay, I'm going to have to look this up.
All right, look it up. KUHS 102.5.
We're also available for picnics, lodge meetings, children's parties, and smoke-ins.
The record needs to know about one more time. We did it again this week, kids. See you next week. It's been a lot of fun. Oh, yeah. Time for Brian Caldwell Show, unless you're listening on Wednesday morning. This time for Sonny K and the Basics.